Good day everyone, especially to my instructor. I'm Janry Sultan Lucero, BS Cream 1, and this is my output about the Law Enforcement Agency. First is PDEA. PDEA is Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency and is a regular law enforcement and regulatory agency which is responsible for the efficient and effective law enforcement of all provisions on any dangerous drug and or control precursors and essential chemicals. So in short, PDEA is sila yung mag-i-enforce in regards of drugs at sila din yung mag-control about chemicals. Next is BC, stand for Bureau of Custom. Bureau of Custom is the agency of the Treasury Department that enforces import tariffs. And the function of Bureau of Customs is assessment and collection of the lawful revenue from imported articles and all other dues, fees, charges, fines, and penalties occurring under the tariff and custom laws and prevention and suppression of smuggling and other frauds. So sila yung humahawak or nag-handle about sa mga tao na lumalabag at nagkaroon ng penalties or charges, fines, and etc. Number 3 is BFP. Stands for the Bureau of Fire Protection. The Bureau of Fire Protection is the government body in the Philippines responsible for the provision of the fire services. It is under the jurisdiction of the Department of the Interior. Responsible for ensuring public safety through the prevention of suppressions of all destructive fires on buildings, houses, and other similar structure, forests and land transportation, vehicles and equipment, ships, vessels, docks at piers, wharves, and anchored of major seaport petroleum industry. So BFA, sila yung nagpre-prevent against fire like yung mga tao na nasunugan ng mga bahay. And number 4 is PCG, stands for the Philippine Coast Guard. The Philippine Coast Guard is a civilian armed uniform service attached to the Philippines Department of Transportation, tasked primarily with enforcing laws within Philippine waters. The Philippine Coast Guard is the mandated and responsible to perform maritime search and rescue, maritime law enforcement, maritime safety, marine environmental protection, and maritime security. So, ang Philippine Coast Guard is, for example, may mga barko na nalulunod, sila yung nagre-rescue sa mga tao na naapektuhan or nalulunod. Next is BIR. So the Bureau of Internal Revenue is an agency of Department of Finance. Function is to assess and collect all national internal revenue taxes, fees, and charges, and to enforce all forfeitures, penalties, and fines connected therewith, including the execution of judgments in all cases decided in its favor by the Court of Tax Appeals and the Ordinary. So BIR is sila yung nagkukulik sa mga taxes, fines, or penalties. Number 6, COMELEC. So, COMELEC is the Commission on Election is an independent constitutional body mandated to enforce and administers all laws and regulations related to the conduct of elections, plebiscite, initiative, referendum, and recall for the purpose of ensuring free, orderly, peaceful, and credible election. Is the premier guardian of the ballot. So, COMELEC is sila yung nag-handle natin regarding on elections on how to elect officers. Number 7, PPA. The PPA is the primary government agency concerned with the planning and development of the country's seaports. Function of PPA is fosters cognitive diversity in an open, interactive work environment to facilitate the free exchange of ideas. So, PPA is sila yung may authority or otoridad on how to develop, especially sa mga sasakyang pandagat nila na dumadaong sa kanilang bansa. Next is number 8, AMLC or Anti-Money Laundering Council refers to the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Republic of the Philippines, which is the government agency tasked to implement the AMLA. Function of AMLC is investigate money laundering. So, in short, ito yung panluluko gamit ng mga pira, for example, sa buwis or international na smuggling. Number 9, BI or the Bureau of Immigration, also known between 1972 and 1987 as Bureau of Immigration and Deportation, is immigration regulatory and control body of the Philippines. The Bureau was given the sole authority to enforce and administer immigration and foreign national registration laws, including the admission, registration, exclusion, and deportation and repatriation of foreign nationals. So, ang Bureau of Immigration is sila yung nagkokontrol or humahawak sa katawan ng Pilipinas. Number 10, LTO or the Land Transportation Office is an agency of the Philippine government under the Department of Transportation responsible for all land transportations in the Philippines. Function of LTO is the inspections and registrations of the motor vehicles, issuance of license and permits, enforcement of land transportation rules and regulation, and adjudications of traffic cases. So, LTO is in charge sa mga lisensya, permits, traffic violations, and rule and regulation. Ang mga LTO yung mag-i-inspect. Next, number 11, NBI or the National Bureau of Investigation is an agency of the Philippine government under the Department of Justice responsible for handling and solving major high-profile cases that are in the interest of the nation. Function of NBI is to undertake efficient detection and investigation of crimes and other offenses against the laws of the Philippines upon its own initiative and as public interest may require renders technical assessment upon request in the investigation and detection of crime and others. So, NBI is sila yung mag-i-investigate sa mga tao na lumalabag sa batas at nagpe-prevent sila against crime. Number 12, DILG. So, DILG is the present Department of the Interior and Local Government. Traces its roots from the Philippine Revolution of 1897. Function of DILG is promotes peace and order, ensures public safety, and strengthens local government capability to effectively deliver basic service to the citizenry. So, DILG is nagbibigay sila ng katahimikan or peace or safety to our country. Next is BGMP. The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology is an attached agency of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, mandated to direct, supervise, and control the administrations and operation of all. BGMP or the function of BGMP is mandated to direct, supervise, and control the administration and operation of all district, city, and municipal jails nationwide with bronze task of safekeeping and development of inmates. So, BGMP is sila yung nagbabantay o nagpo-protect sa mga tao na nasa loob sa jail. Number 14, DND or the Department of National Defense. Department of National Defense is the executive department of the Philippine government responsible for guarding against external and internal threat to peace and security in the country. Function of DND is tasked to guard the country against external and internal threats to nation peace and security and support for a social economic development. So, DND is sila yung nagpo-protect din sa ating safety or peace regards to our country or our country. And the last is PNP or the Philippine National Police is the armed national police force in the Philippines. The Philippine National Police or PNP is tasked with enforcing the law to prevent and control the crimes, maintain peace and order, and ensure public safety and internal security with the active support of the community. Or sila yung nagpe-prevent against crime or maintaining the peace or safety and enforcing the law or humuhuli ng mga tao na lumalabag sa batas.